Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, A Little Geek, A Little Chic. Today, we're going to talk about the books that I read in the month of June. So, grab yourself your beverage of choice, and let's get into it. Okay, so in the month of June, I only read 3 books. I wanted to read more, but the books that I read, although I thoroughly enjoyed the majority of my reading this month, it was very heavy, especially one of them. And I think the fact that I was reading such a heavy book and not giving myself a break to read anything else. Sorry if I hit the mic. I'm testing out a new microphone, so the sound quality is probably different. And I'm hoping it's good. But I just hit it with my hand, and this is going to be a learning curve, folks, as I am not used to having a mic. I'm used to using just like my standard mic that's on the unit. So this will be interesting. But let's get into the books that I read. So in June, like I said, I think it would have been better if I was reading something lighter along with the heavy book, but I just kept forcing myself to pick up this book, and it was a good read, but it was hard, and there were some things I didn't enjoy about it, and I think that the forcing of it made my brain just shut off and sort of started putting me into a slump, which is why I only read 3 books. The first book, the one that kind of did the slumping, is A Serial Killer's Daughter by Carrie Rowan. So this is about a young woman who, in her 20s, she's married. She has a police officer show up at her door and tell her that her dad has been arrested, and he is believed to be the BTK killer. That's a lot of information to get when you think you know your family and your life. And then she goes through and she tells us about her childhood and the good parts and the things she enjoyed doing with her father and their outdoor stuff and their hiking and all things like that. But then also in hearing her story, you learn that maybe you're talking about it, and as an outside reader, you're like, this was problematic. Some of your childhood and your experiences with your father were slightly toxic, and you don't realize it, and she's still telling you how much of a great dad he was and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if you're still 100% understanding what your situation was. And it's true, if it's your parent, you want to believe the best in them, and regardless of what happens, you're going to, they did it. And she's effectively cut ties outside of writing him letters once in a while with her father and never visited him. And you understand, I guess, that they've done these terrible things, but you still hold that piece of what you think you had. And I feel like that's what she does in this book. And so, yeah, there's a lot of information in this book. I'm glad I read it. It is a memoir, so I don't rate it. Would I recommend it to people? I think I'd have to talk to you and understand where you're at, because there is a lot of religion in this book, and she talks about her finding faith again and stuff, and that is a very heavy premise in this book, is the finding her faith and God and stuff, and there's a lot of Bible verses and quoting, and so that part was definitely not super for me. It's not my forte in reading. I do read it, especially if it's something like this where I'm interested in reading it and it's about someone and that's part of their life, then sure, I just let it go through the book as a part of the story that someone's telling me. But yeah, it's kind of a hit or miss for me for this one. This book was good, but it definitely started making me feel a little bit slumpy. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you decide to read it. The second book that I read this month was on digital. So this is for my Aunt Sylvia. Here it is. And this one's a book that you'll want to read too. So this is a thriller mystery, kind of rich people drama situation, and it's called One of Us is Dead. And it's basically, it tells the story of these ladies who are all wealthy, and this lady who owns like a salon, and one of the clients in the group of ladies and debutantes and whatnot ends up dead. And who in the group is the murderer? So this book was awesome. This book was fun. There's a lot of like fun characters, a lot of cool, like interesting twists, and I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I don't know if I would really class in the genre of a cozy mystery because it's a standalone. I think it's a more of like just a rich people drama thriller mystery kind of thing. Not so much the cozy aspect potentially, but I really, really enjoyed it. If you like a cozy mystery, you would like this one. And if you like more of a thriller, but you want a little bit of fun, like you like Crazy Rich Asians, like thrillery vibe, you like this one. I really, really enjoyed it. It was like a rich people drama, and their rich husbands and some crime and espionage and a whole bunch of interesting stuff. So I won't tell you too much more because it's a thriller and a mystery and you don't want to know too much more than that. But I definitely recommend this one. This one was a 4-star read for me. It just was thoroughly entertaining and I really, really enjoyed it the entire time I was reading it. So pick that up if you want something light, especially like a beachy read. This would be great for you. The last book that I read, I just finished. I actually just started another book, and there is one day left in June, but I know I won't finish it, and that's Thousand Boy Kisses, so I can't talk about that one yet, but that one, watch for that one in my July wrap-up. It's starting off slow, and I'm hoping it picks up, but that's all I know so far. I'm only like 50 pages in. The last book I read in June is Butcher and Blackbird, so I read this stunning, amazing book. Like, look at the colors, and this is my heart right here. These fuchsias and purples and pinks and black, and oh, this is a great color concept for this book. What can I tell you? So it's a romance, and it is a slow burn. So the romance starts a slow burn romance, and nothing gets really spicy until about 200 pages in. It's like a 300-page book. But then it really gets spicy. So if you're not a fan of spice, there's like 100 pages of real good spice. There is obviously some story and stuff in there. It's not a full 100 pages of nonstop action, for lack of a better word, we'll say. But it is spicy. And there is stuff that is offensive to maybe some. But you get what you get. So the premise of this story is that it is two rival serial killers. So basically like Dexters. So you have two Dexters. These people go out and they kill people. They don't know each other, but they kill people. And they kill people because those people are bad. So these people are pedophiles, murderers, cannibals, all kinds of stuff that's not good. And so that is why they kill people. And then they have a chance meeting. And the chance meeting, these two meet up and they kind of are infatuated with each other. And the dog is barking. And they develop a friendship. And every year they meet up and they have a game to see who can find the person that they're supposed to attack that time. And they become friends and more starts to be, and it's great. But I will warn you that it is gory. It's serial killers. It's very descriptive. Depicts very well the scenes of the murders, and there's a lot of trigger warnings. And I don't usually talk about trigger warnings because she's playing with her toys. You'll just have to ignore the barking if you can hear that. My apologies. There's a lot of trigger warnings. So trigger warnings don't really affect me, but this one has some serious trigger warnings on the front page. So if that is a thing for you, please look them up because there is, like she says, eyeballs and eye sockets, amateur surgery, skin ornaments, Chainsaws, axes, knives, scalpels, a lot of sharp objects, accidental cannibalism, not so accidental cannibalism, lobotomization, ill-advised use of kitchen implements. Like, it's a disclaimer, and it's also like hey, what do you expect? It's a book about serial killers. So, you should check trigger warnings if you have trigger warning issues. This book, though, was such a good read. You know what? I'm giving this one a 5-star because it kept me entertained from the beginning. Was it terrifying? Yes. Was it gory? Yes. But did I enjoy it? 100 times. Yes. So that is it for me. That is the books that I read in the month of June. Hopefully I can read more books in the month of July. That one book just made it a downward spiral for the month, but I have high hopes for July and I have some great books picked out. So do not hesitate to watch my next video where I tell you guys all of my TBR for the month of July. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I appreciate all the likes and subscribes. Go ahead and share this with your friends if they like bookish content also. I sincerely appreciate all of the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video.